Hello everybody, Jeffrey here. In this video I thought we'd go over that object that's in the Hubble telescope photo of the Orion Nebula. And I think this might have been covered by somebody else, but I just happened to be going through my Hubble pictures and saw this, and I see lots of things in those photos. Anyway, here it is, pretty well zoomed in. This one looks like it has a star behind it. And these pictures are taken under different wavelengths, so they're going to show different things. But this is the object. Here's a picture of the nebula in a different wavelength, and there's no object there. And where you would be looking for it from this angle, this view, is right here where the hourglass is above this little dark bump here. There would be the cigar-shaped UFO would be right in here. You can tell by the shape of this dark area here. Some of the photos will actually show this up here. And then the shape down here. So I'm going to zoom in on that in the next picture. And so we're back here. I know it's hard to tell. After you get to know your way around this nebula, it's not so hard. But right here, you see the little dark bump that sticks up. The craft should be right here. And here's the other stuff. Like I said, this is zoomed in. Here is another same picture in a different wavelength, and the object is there. This is a 40 megabyte picture, and I know if I try to zoom in on that, it's going to take a few seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and go to my pre-zoomed photo here. Hopefully there it is. Now this is the one where the object first shows up, of course, and here it is down here on the right above the dark spot, and the other shapes are there. It has a companion object with it that's not in this picture, but it's off to the left. We'll get to that in a minute. But there it is down here. I'll go ahead and zoom it just to let you see it again. Oops. Oh, there's the other object right here. I'll go ahead and do that one first. We'll go ahead and zoom in, but I think I have a zoomed in photo already. But there it is. And I have another picture of this, but it's on its side, and it shows this object down here. It looks a little different in the other picture. So just because it has a big square window on it doesn't mean that it's oops, doggone these buttons. Doesn't mean that it has a window, but it is pretty weird. Hit the F3 instead of the. Okay, let's get a handle on this thing here. Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's as high as I can go. Okay. So there's this thing up here, and it does have it's a saucer shape. It comes around like this, and it's got bumps on the top and the bottom. This teardrop looking thing in this photo, which is a different wavelength of light is all, shows a pretty distinct teardrop, but it's kind of like it's being torn or ripped from here. And there's another round one here, perfectly round sphere, and then down here there's, I don't see it on this one. There's more to it though. Okay. So then back over to this guy. This is an object. It's somewhere between the camera and the nebula for sure. If that was in the nebula, we sure wouldn't be looking at it. It'd be just way, unless it was a million miles long maybe. This thing I would say is pretty doggone big, unless it's really close to Earth, of course. But even if it was, we're looking through the Hubble telescope, and it's zoomed in on the Orion Nebula. I would say if it was any closer, it would have blocked the view. So I think that this thing is probably quite a few zillion miles away, and it's huge, planet-sized, I'm guessing. And that's my guess. there. Now here's another same shot but a different wavelength, and the object is still there. Just looks darker. Now the other object, we'll come back to the big dark one, but let's do this one first, is there, along with the teardrop thing. Let's go up to 5, 6, 700%. And here's the object, and you can see there's some kind of a line through it, and it looks round on this side. Now, maybe it's a dead planet with rings around it, for all I know. Because, you know, these things are millions and millions, well, billions, trillions of miles away, probably. Anyway, here's that teardrop deal. Not quite showing the square window, but there's some kind of a mark on the side. And then here's that round thing. And then here's another one, which shows up on this picture, but not the other one for some reason. So let's get on to this guy. And it's the same, but it's just dark. It doesn't have that light around it, which is very perplexing, because why would it have, because I thought it was maybe a star was behind it, but you can still see the stars here, so maybe that was emitting light, and that light just doesn't show up on here, that's all. Oops, darn it. Sorry about the miscalculations here. I'm trying to zoom in here. This thing is so sensitive. There we go. Full zoom, just dark. It is kind of blunt down here. It does look a little pointy on the top like the other did. So I guess we'll just run through some of these anomalies here real quick, or whatever they are. I think they're actually objects, but you can go to the Hubble website, you know, and get all these photos. They've got zillions and zillions of these things. So you just download the highest resolution pictures you can get, and then just go over them one by one and zoom in. And have a fairly decent computer. I don't know, a smartphone might work. Be surprised. Some of those smartphones show pretty good pictures. So here it is out again. This was just that dark hole in the nebula. Okay, there's the object, which I'm beginning to think is maybe that light is illuminating from it somehow. There it is away. And if it was a star, I mean, it could be. It's got the same color, you know, the star behind it. And I don't know why Windows always has to show me that video. I mean that message only when I'm doing videos. Just won't leave me alone. Here it is, zoomed way out. And definitely an object there. I don't think it's anywhere near that nebula, but it's pretty probably, you know, who knows. Hubble was looking at it. There's that smaller object again. Some really areas where there's just these weird green things. I didn't really get all of that in the picture though, up there to the right. It's just like the whole, it's not just a, you know, that the light is showing green. It looks like something really is green there, like some huge plasma or something. Anyway, I thought this was interesting. The long whatever. This looks like a star that's blasting through the universe. It's got this like a bow shock on it here, and then it does like it shoots out some kind of a stream, probably maybe X-rays or something, who knows. here it is from a distance. You can see right here. It does look like it has a trail. And it does have something in front of it. I don't know what. Here's one with a curved, down in the lower right, a curved something. I don't know if something just went this way and that then it looked like it changed direction and went down here, or this is just the way the dust is forming. Two more strange objects. This one here has a trail behind it, almost looks like. I don't know what this is up here. It could be that it is oblong, but then, you know, or just a strange shape. These objects being dark like that doesn't make any sense, because everything should show up in here. And then we have these little dark spots. Here's that teardrop shape at the window again. Only this time it really does look like a window. There it is from a distance. I can zoom in a little bit here. That the red dot with the white thing in the middle is the companion object for the cigar-shaped UFO. Here's a zoom in on the big picture again with where the object is not there. I can zoom in on that too, and it just isn't there. I don't see any sign of it at all. And I'm pretty sure these pictures were all taken about the same time. And they're time-lapse too, by the way. So if it was moving, it should have left a streak. Here's this other one. Probably should go ahead and zoom in on her a little here and show you how strange this is. Well, you can see what it is. I don't need to point it out. But this dark spot up here is the other object that keeps popping up, and here's that teardrop thing. Only here it doesn't look as smooth, but it definitely has something going on here, and there's a straight edge on it nevertheless, but that could be just the pixelation.